Hey guys, welcome to a new video. I wanted to make a video to set the record straight about Redbubble, TeePublic, Society6, and specifically my goals and the future for these platforms. With these three platforms, these are just simply three platforms amongst a few. You know, you have Zazzle, you have Etsy, you have uploading stock photos, which is something I've been doing recently as well. And when I say recently, I mean in the past few months. You know, it hasn't been something that I really focused on last year or the year before, just something the past few months. With that being said, I've been going a little bit gung-ho or, super hard with Society6 ever since that email, where they finally released the details about their plans that they're going to be coming out with that are going to be enacted in November. And I was super excited for it, and I still am. Now, some people might see some of my Society6 videos and think for a second that I've stopped on Redbubble or I've stopped on TeePublic. In fact, that can't be further from the truth. I want to show you guys something. If you guys look at the bottom of my screen, let me see if you guys can see this. Yeah, if on the bottom of my screen right here, I have my Redbubble open, my Redbubble account open. I don't want to show it for obvious reasons. But I've been working on Redbubble today. I work on Redbubble every day. I've been working on TeePublic. These are things that I do every single day, regardless. You know, I can't tell you how many times I wake up every single day and I get sales on products that I might have created last year, the year before, maybe even the year before that. And I get these sales and I forget I even created these designs for a while. I don't think about them. And that's the whole purpose of me, joining these platforms, Redbubble, TeePublic, Society6, whatever platform it is. And I want to be clear about this, I have no moral, push or some ethical type of push for these platforms. I don't think that these are better than any others. I think that they all treat us designers the exact same way. And at the end of the day, guys, and this is really what I want to hit home for people, is they don't owe us anything, and we don't owe them anything, right? We don't have to upload to their platforms. They don't have to keep us on, to put it that way. I just use these as a vector for creating passive income, or a proxy for creating passive income. That's really a better approach. That's all I use it for. I'm fully aware that Society6 is a platform that has its own benefits and it has its negatives. Same thing with Redbubble. Same thing with TeePublic. Same thing with Etsy. Same thing with Zazzle. And you guys can come up with a list of all the other platforms you know about, right? Cafe Press, Spreadshirt. I mean, so many different things that we can list. And we can list positive and negatives to each. I don't think that one person should necessarily think that because they feel a negative situation or they've been in a negative situation with any of these platforms that they should just quit and walk away. I think you could use it to your advantage. I also think that the best thing you could do for yourself is diversify. And one of the things in diversifying is owning your own website, owning your own platform, and making sure that's how you turn income, right? Or turn designs into profit. Right? That's one of the many different ways. So I want to be clear with this video. This is, it's October 27th, right? Soon after this month is over, there's going to be 2 months left. Okay, we're going to have November and December, right? October, November, December. This time of the year, right, in November is when I started my journey of uploading 60 designs a day, every day. I actually think I started October 10th. But nonetheless, who cares? The dates don't matter. The point is that I started 2 months before the year started, right? Before the new year started, and I was uploading 60 designs a day every day. Now, this wasn't this year. It wasn't last year. It was the year before last year. And during that time, I still had designs created. I had almost 10,000 designs created before then, right? So it's not like I was starting then. I had started way before that. And I wasn't really all in serious up until that point where I made a commitment to uploading every single day. And this was to Redbubble at the time, simultaneously uploading to Redbubble, Society6, all these other platforms. And once again, certain experiences that I had were extremely positive with certain platforms, and certain experiences I had were not so positive, right? Just a little FYI, TeePublic, when I first joined, I did phenomenally well. I crossed over $1,400 the first month. With Zazzle, I didn't make a single penny for the first 3 months. So you kind of see the differences there with the platforms. And in no way am I saying that just because I'm going hard on Society6 now, because it's an open opportunity for me, does that mean am I going to forget Redbubble, forget TeePublic? Nothing like that. In fact, something that I've been really working towards is when I take certain designs of my own for Society6, because I'm really trying to amplify my portfolio right now before November 30th, is I do an assessment and I see, can I really upload these to Redbubble, to TeePublic, etc. And I pick and choose. I don't upload every single design. I can talk more about that strategy kind of stuff in the future, but I want to give you guys the mindset, because you can watch a million videos on YouTube for strategy, right? And you guys know this, how to edit a photo, or how to create a t-shirt design, or how to do this edit, or how to do that edit, or how to, edit an image a certain way, or how to upload with the right tags to this site. There's a million videos of those, and I've uploaded a lot of them, right? But really the mentality behind it is, guys, is I'm not looking for the negatives in these platforms, and I don't care what they make off of me. I'm trying to make sure I dip my beak in all different passive income opportunities, right? That's just me personally. And I've said this analogy before, but I would much rather make, let's just say, $5,000 a month from 5 different platforms, making it $1,000 each, than going to one platform and making double that amount, like 10 grand. Because the diversity is much more valuable to me than the income level. Because any day I can lose any platform, any income source, anything like that. And I know that because it's happened to me with Merch by Amazon. And it was my fault. I fully admit it was my fault, right? Lack of understanding, which is not an excuse, but it was my fault. And, I lost that income source. Now, like I said, the reason why it didn't bother me, not even for a second, literally, it didn't even bother me at all, is because I had other income sources coming in. So when I see an opportunity with Society6, because I know a lot of sellers are going to drop off, that's my opportunity to capitalize. That's my opportunity to go in. And the whole point is, when everybody else backs down, that's when you go all in. When people are going all in, it's already too late. Look at the crypto world. When people first started in crypto, right, what would happen? There was a very few people who stuck with it and went into it. There are people who went into it early and thought it was a scam and, lost what they lost and moved on. But there are people who stuck with it. Then what happened is they capitalized during the bull run, right? When they capitalized, they sold. And when they sold, everyone else bought in. This is why I say, guys, if everybody else is talking about it, it's too late. And this is what's going to happen. You can mark my words now. A year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, whatever time it is, there's going to be a point where Society6 starts to peak, or the attention towards Society6 starts to peak. A lot of people, the attention is not peaking right now because nobody's talking about it other than us on this YouTube channel, right? Nobody really gives a damn. I'll just be 100% honest. They're going to charge accounts. Nobody cares. But what's going to happen is by nature of it, the platform is going to have less designs. And it's going to go through this phase where the people who get in early and go hard are going to capitalize. And that's normal because it happens with everything. It happens during the gold rush. It happened during crypto. It happened with everything. Everything in business, it happens, right? Any kind of trend. I could tell you the hoverboard trend. I have a friend that literally bought a shipping container worth of hoverboards to the point where he took a loan to buy them. I think it was like a $40,000 loan. And guess what? He bought them too late. The craze was over, and he couldn't sell them. So what's going to happen is right now, nobody really cares. Changes are happening. Nobody cares. But there's going to be few who do care, and there's going to be few who capitalize. And then 2 years, 3 years from now, or whenever the time is when people do start to care and everybody starts to jump in, there's nothing left for you to do other than just sit back and capitalize because you've already been in it. Now, there are people who are going to join this game late, but once again, the train has already passed. And when I say the train has already passed or the ship has sailed, I'll explain what I mean. In Redbubble, right, in order for me to make, let's just say, $10,000, I might have to upload 7,000 designs. Let's just say that. It's really, to be honest, it's between 4,000 to 7,000 designs for me to do that. And we're talking about passive, meaning if in 2022 I upload, or let's just take out the years. Let's just say year 1, I upload 7,000 designs, and then year 2 comes along and I sit back and I don't touch anything, I can make 10 grand off of those 7,000 designs if I've done it right, okay? It's really from anywhere from 4,000 to 7,000 because social media comes into play, titling comes into play, blogging comes into play, tagging comes into play. There's a lot of things, but let's just say 7,000, right? If that's the case, okay, what's going to happen with Society6 is when people come in year 3, 4, 5, and 6, right? When they haven't came into year 1, now instead of 7,000, it's going to take 15,000 designs to get the same result, right, of $10,000. My point here is that it's going to be harder to get to where you want to get to if you start later down the road, okay? And once again, this is a perfect opportunity, and I'm not trying to convince you. I'm telling you what I believe from my personal experience. Now, you can for sure believe different, and that's fine. And most importantly, that's important because everybody has an entitlement to decision-making, and more importantly, we all sleep in the bed that we make. If I believe that Society6 is going to be in a better spot, you can bet your bottom dollar I'm going to bet on that. And I'm going to go forward in that direction. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I think yesterday I finished, during some of my free time, just uploading designs. I uploaded a total of 68 designs to Society6 just yesterday. Aside from all the other platforms, Society6, 68 designs. So you think about that and you say, okay, why are you investing this time into it? Because I know it's going to pay off down the future. Like I said, just yesterday, as an example, I sold maybe like 7 products that I didn't even recognize that I had created them after a very, very long period of time. And these were things that I created, not even my virtual assistants. So my point here is that I don't think you should mark a certain platform off unless you fully accepted that you're not going to do it, right? But there's a lot of people, especially in the past few comments that I've been seeing, who really haven't tried anything. They haven't had experience. They haven't really gave it a good shot. They might not even have created accounts for the platform, and they're stating information about different platforms like they know it, right? So I'll tell you an example. Somebody emailed me who I know, and he's only done Redbubble. He's never done any other platform before, and he's talking about Society6 as if he knows it. And he's talking about how it doesn't get traffic or it doesn't do this or it doesn't do that. And this was an email. This was not even a YouTube comment. But he assumed that that's the case without even investigating it, without even taking a look, without creating accounts, without even doing any kind of research. And that's why majority of people don't do something, right? If it's a business venture, they'll come up with an idea in their head of why they can't or why they shouldn't or why it won't be profitable, and they believe it to be true. Meanwhile, there's a very good chance it might not be true. The point that I'm trying to say is that I am not going to neglect a platform just because there's another opportunity in one. But I'm also not going to neglect a platform where there is an opportunity, i.e. Society6. So if you guys see me doing Society6 videos, don't think I'm just only focusing on Society6. Sometimes things that are not so obvious need to be said. I'm still working on other platforms. There's just only so much I can say in one day, right? So I want to kind of put that out there because I definitely don't want to put out the sentiment or make you guys believe or think that I'm only doing Society6 and nothing else. Trust me, after I work on my blogs and managing them and things like that, what am I doing? I'm working on print on demand. I'm working on different ways I can make passive income. Different things that I could check, different things that I can work on. And when I say passive income, I want to be clear because there are some people who watch my channel who are relatively new, might not have seen a video before. Passive income is very straight as what it is. I'm not working for that money to directly receive it, meaning it's not active income. I don't go to work and get paid for the days of work. That's not the way it works. The way it works is I do the research, I work hard on the platform. I might not get paid for weeks, months at a time, but once I learn the formula and the skills, I can then go in, right, create something, do something, and then get paid over time for it. And the best, like I said, the best thing that I can kind of relate this to is fishing. Fishing, perfect example. When you go fishing the first time, you really probably have no idea what you're doing, right? You don't know what bait to use, you don't know the area, you don't know the type of fish, you don't know anything about it, okay? Over time, you start to learn some things. You might not have ever caught a fish yet, but you start to learn some things, start to put some things together. Then finally you catch your first fish, and so on. You catch more and more fish. Now you go from being the guy who never caught a fish in their life to now knowing and understanding exactly how to catch the fish. And print on demand, there's no difference. Whether it be building your own website and selling through, let's just say Shopify or Sellfy or any of these platforms, right? Creating that first ad, not knowing what you're doing, right? Taking the hits, losing the money, whatever the case may be. Over time, if you stick with it long enough, you'll have enough information to where now you'll become an expert over time. But that doesn't happen right away. That happens with time. Now, I'm giving you guys the fairy tale story. Most people's stories don't work that way because most people quit too early. Now, that's just the sad reality. Most people quit too early. So they'll start something, let's just say like a Redbubble, and for them, it takes an hour, 2 hours to create a design because they're a beginner. They've never created a design in their life. They created a design, maybe they create 6 designs over the course of a few months. They haven't made a dime and they call it a scam, or they call it whatever they call it, a lie, they call it a scam, whatever they might say. And they write off the whole print-on-demand thing and, everything like that. Majority of people from my YouTube channel know that, it doesn't work that way. You're not going to just make money off 6 designs and, get rich all of a sudden. But that's what a beginner might think at that moment. In the same notion, I look at everything the same. I have to build and grow towards it, whether it be Society6, TeePublic, Redbubble, Zazzle, Etsy. It doesn't matter what the platform is. Uploading stock photos, starting a blog. It doesn't matter what it is. That's what I'm working on. And for those who don't know, when I say starting a blog, I've been writing blogs, articles for I don't know how many years now, since I sold my first business, which is 7 years, something like that. I have over 40 different websites. It's actually like plus 45 now, but who's counting? It is what it is. All these websites produce an income for me on a daily basis, whether it be 50 cents a day or $500 a day or $1,000 a day. They're all generating income for me. And it varies. Every day it varies. My point is that that's my job. That's the thing I do. And then on the side, I'll do things like print on demand and other things, stock photos, learning different things, taking different courses, and always just growing. So, yeah, guys, I'm always building towards different things. I'm always learning different things. And Society6 for me right now, it's October. I believe November 30th, they're going to allow the plans. I'm building as hard as I can to get there. I want to have a total of 4 accounts. I don't know by when, but I want to have a total of 4 Society6 accounts that are maxed out at 10,000 designs each. That's what I want. So we'll see. We'll see how it works. I just got to work on it, and that's what I'm doing. I'm working on it every day, right? So I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching, and peace out. Bye. All right? See you soon.